everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am Kelly. If this is your first time here, thanks for coming by. For all my regulars, good to see you again. As usual, I'm doing this in pieces because I don't have time at the end of the month to just run everything off. So you get it bit by bit. Today is the 9th, I think, of September. Just doing the intro, maybe get a bit more filming done. I do have notes because I want to talk to you about a few things, okay? So, as usual, WIPGO features, and coincidentally, the two calls were for September were 14 and 18, and both of those for me were Winter Queen, so we'll get to that when I show you. I have mentioned the SAL that I wanted to do next year on my last video. It could be stitch along, sew along, craft along, whatever you want. A few people have said they might be interested, so I'll check back in a little bit and we'll go over that and I'll show you kind of what my plan looks like. I started writing it all out just to see what it would look like. I do have a new start. It's for a SAL with Slow Stitch Yogi. We'll get into that when I show you. I think that was it for right now. Okay, well, let's carry on. For Winter Queen, for WIPGO, I was working on the area at the bottom of her skirt. I am still continuing to fill in those areas that I picked the whisper out, but that's aside from golds and stuff. I just do a little bit of that periodically. And I'll carry on doing that for the next little bit, just to catch myself up a little bit. So, let me scoot over a tiny bit. I think I'll put a picture here, probably more room, because I took a picture of her when I put her in the Q-snap. And I didn't take it out just because it's easier to hold, so you're not going to get to see the whole thing right now, just what I did. I did slightly less than 2 hours worth of work. I was getting tired of stitching white. So I was working all down in here. This white has to join up here. There's an area of beads going to be right there, so I got to go around it. And I brought this purple down a little bit. This is Pearl Gray 32 count Lugana, and I'm stitching it 2/2. And yes, I converted her from blue. That's the original chart, is a pale blue. I'll try to go as close as I can. Next time I'll work on the skirt, I will do a bit more white. There's more purple coming down here too, so I'll probably bring that down a bit. It's like it's a fold of her skirt kind of comes like this as she's sitting down. It's easier to tell when I show you the whole thing, which I will do again sometime, just not right now. Today's the 17th, carrying on. This video may be a bit longer than usual, so you might want to get yourself a drink and a snack. And please watch the whole thing. I need as many watch hours as I can get. I was working on a few other projects, so one of them I'm going to show you, and then we'll carry on with more after. The Christmas time project that I'm working on, it's a freebie from the Fat Quarter Shop. You just have to go to their website, and then in the search on the top, type in free cross-stitch patterns. They have a whole page full of them. There's Christmas ones, Halloween, different kinds. Really cute. Lots of good stuff. It looks sort of like this. I can't print good color, so I took a photo of the mock-up. I'll put it here somewhere, but that's sort of what it looks like in black and white. Excuse me, and mine looks kind of like this right now. Hope you guys can see that okay. This is STM in Christmas. This is part of Mary. That's the beginning of the bow. Kind of goes up here. I did make a note of this fabric. I think it's antique white Lugana, but I'm not sure. Did I write it on here? Hold on, maybe I did. Nope, I didn't. Pretty sure it's antique white Lugana. And it probably is 32 count. That's what it looks like to me. I'm doing it 2/2, whatever it may be. I'm guessing on the camera angle here because this is my little camera, not my phone. I was working on the March Angel again from this book. I do have a photo of what she's supposed to look like, so I'll put her here somewhere, or maybe over top of me. We'll see how it goes in the editing. And I forgot to take a picture before I started her. So if I can, I will go back in my August FlossTube and I'll just take a little short clip out of that video. If I can. But this is where she is now. Before it was just kind of her shoulder there. I got a little bit of her hair. That's there, a bit more face. Her hair kind of blows across her. And I did a little bit more of this sleeve area here. This is 28 count white Jubilee 2/2. I discovered I'm missing 2 of the greens, so I can't really go further on her hair until I get those. I'll give you a bit more, a longer look at her. Apologies for the fan noise. It's a bit warm in here. It's a nice day, but it's a little bit windy to be outside. I am going to do a plan for something like 12 days of Craftmas. I'm not sure what, but down the road. I'm planning ahead though, getting stuff ready. I went back to this book. Lots of good motifs in here. And I want to show you the page. Just a minute. Let me get my little bits out here. Okay. Can you guys see this page okay? Do you see how there are little hearts and stockings in felt, stuffed, with a little cross-stitch thing on them? Cute, right? I'm trying to get as close as I can so you guys can see this. I'll try to take a picture of this page whenever I show you guys this down the road, but for now you can kind of get the idea. And I don't really want to show you the chart, so I'm going to back up here. See, this book gives you good instructions on how to make everything up too, so I'm going to do exactly what they say. Here's the patterns. I already traced those out. And, whoops, oh, there goes my felt. Oh, hold on, I have one of them done in this next store. I'll be right back. I forgot I had one done. It was pinned up on the design wall. I don't know if you can see it that well. It's bells. They're pretty small little motifs. Cute though, right? So I'm going to put this on a piece of red felt. I don't know if I'm going to do a heart or stocking yet. I haven't decided. I don't actually have green felt. I have to go to Fabricland and buy some. The other one I started. This is, you can't really tell, but it's going to be a gift. Present, whatever you're going to call it. The present itself is the orange color, orange and gold. The red is a bow. Sort of a bow, and there's going to be greenery down at the bottom. And I have 2 pieces of red Ada marked out, because I'm going to do 2 of the other motifs, and you will see them later on down the road when the plan comes together. Hi everyone. I'm just showing you this as much as I can, as close as I can with my little camera. This is the Spooky Season project. This is DMC Color 01, which is a very pale silvery gray. I'm doing an experiment at the moment with the quick recording setting on my phone. And I have Pattern Keeper loaded up, so hopefully it is recording something as I do this. And I will attempt to have it as an overlay in part of my screen when I edit this video. If it doesn't work properly how I want it to, I will just put the clip of the recording of Pattern Keeper after this little snippet here. I was doing this project with a few other people, including Yogi. Her name is Fran, but her channel is called Slow Stitch Yogi. Why can't I get that? Oh, there we go. Didn't want to go. And she also has a Facebook group. So when I edit the video, I will put the link to her channel and to her Facebook group in the description box. You have to, apply to be in the group, and she has to approve you and stuff, but the usual routine with Facebook groups, right? I am currently stitching in the leftmost panel. I will show you what the mock-up looks like. This panel has a ghost down here. They're all rather cute. Alrighty. There's a line of 6 done. I'm not going to do too much of filming on here just so this doesn't get too long, but I just wanted to show you this project as I was working on it, and hopefully the quick record for Pattern Keeper worked. We'll see. I'm going to get that in there like so, and then you get a glimpse of it now, maybe depending on the camera angle, and I'm just going to click those ones as done, and we'll mark up the next 4. Okay, from the quick record you should see that clearer. And we'll just go along and do these 4. I'm basically trying to get this color down into the green there. This row only has 4. I sort of mapped out the area with color on either side, so I know I just had to fill in with this color. And there's those ones. And we'll mark those as done. That should do it. I'm going to show you my current progress on that Halloween project. I think it's just called Halloween or Spooky Season. That's what the lettering says at the bottom, so I'm just calling it Spooky Season. So that's as far as I got. I was concentrating mainly on this first panel here. I'll show you a little closer. I'm just about down the end of the gray here. Right about here there's a bat. Approximately here, and then farther down is the ghost. I want to get this one reasonably far down before I work on this one. But all of them are started at the top. And just after this, I will put in a little photo of the screenshot of my Pattern Keeper stats as of right now. I will work on this again in October. I mentioned my 2026 stitch along, craft along, sew along, whatever idea previously in my August FlossTube. I got a few people that said they might want to join, possibly, so I'm talking about it again. I kind of have my idea mostly set, although I don't have all the projects in. I have talked to you guys before about where I live. I've mentioned the Chilliwack River. I've mentioned Chilliwack Lake where we went camping. So I'm going to do that for mine. You do not have to broadcast where you live if you do not want to. You can do where you used to live. Your hometown, your street you grew up on, your old elementary school, whatever you want to make the prompts. Make sense? So you could do, depending where you live in the world, obviously, you could do your region, your province, your state, your county, whatever you want. I'm going to show you what I have so far, although it's not permanent, but I started getting going on some projects that I thought of. Okay, this is kind of what I got so far. See, I wrote down Chilliwack. That's the city that I live in. British Columbia is my province. And Canada. And I started putting some of my cross-stitch projects in just because I would, off the top of my head, I'll put that in there. I'm going to move them around a little bit probably. I have some quilting ideas that are going to need to go here and possibly other crafts, but I haven't set it in stone yet. It's just the beginnings of this, but you kind of get the idea. As previously mentioned, my friend Nicola does a YouTube channel and a Facebook group. The channel is Nicola Simply a Stitcher. The Facebook group is Simply a Stitcher and Friends. And I have done stitch-alongs with my friends from that group before. So, for October, the theme is Spooktober. Although I could use Spooky Season, Haunted Halloween, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to go back to this one. I think it's just called Haunted Halloween, I'm not sure. I'm going to put the mock-up here because I took a picture of it before. I was able to get this in Pattern Keeper and I marked off what I've done so I can keep my stats. So I'm going to come closer. This is 28 count. I think it's Stormy Gray Jobelin. And this was a restart because I didn't like the previous fabric. So there isn't much to show. Just that's the first P in happy. I took a picture of it so I can compare at the end of October. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the stitch along. Might be one strand of floss a day, might be X number of stitches. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out and we'll get going on that in October. But there's where we start. And I will put links in for Nicola's channel and Nicola's Facebook in the description box. All right, time to update the board. Winter Queen 1, finished. Winter Queen 2, finished. Oop, there's another bingo. I have 2 now. Okay, October. Just a minute, Ferris. Jessie Marie has done the calls. I will link her channel below so you can see it. It was number 6, which is more of the string blocks. So I'll make a few more of those and I'll show you. And it will be my small kite project for number 17. So that'll be what WIPGO is for October. The kite project for WIPGO for October 2025 is from this book. You'll have seen it before. There is a main project per month, so that's where the motif's taken from. But in further pages are actual small charts of various things and small motifs. So, like, there's the chart for the main design, right? You get the idea. And then, I'm not going to go too close because I don't want you to see it much, but there's all the small charts for the motifs. And I will take a picture, pardon me as I grab it, I will take a picture of what it looks like now so for comparison's sake by the end of the month. But, oops, you got a little thread here. Okay, that's what it looks like. This is a very, very pale blue Ada. It's almost white. The light's not terrific in here. It's showing up more blue than it really is. It really is quite a light blue. I think it might be 16 count. It looks fairly small. I'm not sure. It would have been just some scrap I used. So I'll do a few stitches on him. The string quilt blocks look like this. This was called before, so you would have seen it previously. I forget what month, back in the spring, I think. Like so. I got a pile of them done. I have some partial ones. That one started. That one started. And there's a couple more here. There's another one. That one just needs trimming. So I'm going to make a few more. I'll finish up the ones that are partly done. I'll trim these ones up. I might even start laying them out on the wall in kind of a design that I want. And I will show you guys all that at the time.